In this video, we're going to be talking about profit, and this is part 2 of a 3-part series on profit in economics. We're going to be focusing in this video about profit maximization. Profit maximization is achieved at the point MR equals MC. The point behind this is that the firm keeps producing more and more output. Okay, so they keep producing more and more output until the revenue from the final unit sold is equal to the cost of the final unit sold. Okay, so I'm going to explain it in this model here. So for example, if we start at point A, the revenue is here and the cost is here of the final goods sold. The final goods sold, the entrepreneur is making profit because the revenue exceeds the cost on that unit. So the entrepreneur says, why not? Let's produce even more output. So they increase their output, they go to point B. Okay, at point B, the revenue of the final goods sold still exceeds the cost. So they decide to keep producing more. They get to point C. Okay, point C, the revenue of the final good, the revenue made on the final goods sold, is equal to the cost of the final goods sold. So if the entrepreneur wishes to continue producing even more output, let's say from Q2 to Q3, as you can see now, the revenue is actually below the cost on the final goods sold. So the entrepreneur is actually making less profit at point D, and they should stay at point C because that's where they maximize profit. Okay, so this is how we put this into the diagram. So first of all, this diagram here is the case of monopoly. The monopoly is a profit maximizer, we assume. So MR equals MC is where they're going to produce. In this model, you'll see MR equals MC is at that point there. Okay, so MR equals MC, there's the MR and there's the MC. And that is the quantity that they output at. The price, if you go up to the demand curve, is there. So that's the price. Okay, if you go up to the average cost curve, which is there, you'll find the cost per unit. So this box here, this shaded box, is the supernormal profit that's made from the entrepreneur. And the reason for that is you can see that price is above average cost. So P is greater than AC, so therefore profits are made. The profit that is made is supernormal profit. So if we look now at this diagram here, this is the diagram for long run perfect competition. Perfectly competitive firms can only make normal profits, but they are still profit maximizers. Okay, but they can only make normal profits because they have to take the market price. It's given to them. They cannot change that price. Okay. So in this model, again, MR equals MC. So here's the MR curve and the MC curve is there. So MR equals MC is right there. Okay. And as you can see, that's also on the demand curve. So that is the price, that is the quantity. There is no supernormal profit made. The competitive firm makes normal profits only. Okay, that's because price is equal to the average cost per unit. So price is equal to the average cost. P and C are at the same point. Okay, so don't get confused and think, because I've seen a lot of students do this in the past, don't get confused and think that profit maximization is only for monopolies. The competitive firms also profit maximize, but they can only make normal profits in the long run because they are price takers. They have to take the market price and it's very competitive. Whereas a monopoly has high barriers to entry and they don't have competitors. So when they maximize profit, they can make greater profits than they need to survive. Hope that made sense. Any questions, just leave them in the comment section below.